I have, after she died, indulged in seeing a number of her films. And to me, the person in her films was not the person I knew at all. She was definitely acting on screen, and she was a much simpler, kinder, less affected, real person in real life.
So never again was she really serious about making a film. She would tantalize and say maybe and so on, but she wasn't going to put herself in that way. She was also terribly lazy and terribly rich.
One day to Sam Green, she said, "Oh, you know what I am? I'm a mollusk. You know what a mollusk is? It does nothing. It just sits there." And that was her view of herself, and that's pretty much, with the exception of the walks, literally. She didn't just sit there. She went out for the walks. But she just existed, and she existed by getting up in the morning, having very simple breakfasts.
She said, "Did I go shopping?" I said, "I know. For 50 years, you've been looking for the perfect pullover, and you've never found it. It's true. The day I find it." She made it sound like the Holy Grail.
Greta Garbo, after films, is largely a story of Garbo walking.
Garbo was very guarded about the places where she felt she could go and be safe from the fans, whom she always called customers. We would walk along and she'd say, "Mr. Green, I think we have a customer," and we'd change directions quickly. And she was deeply afraid of being approached by fans. There was one photographer who stalked Garbo for 20 years. I actually think she maybe found it a game to try and avoid him, to see him coming and put an umbrella in front of his camera in order not to get a good photograph of herself. She used to carry a rumpled up paper Kleenex in her right-hand pocket, and if she saw this photographer or anyone else with a camera, she would take it out and put it in front of her face in order to spoil the shot.
I think the image of Garbo as a recluse is wrong. It's not the person. She was very convivial, very vibrant. If she was in a group or setting where she felt comfortable.
She certainly didn't have any hang-ups or fear and loathing of people unless she felt they were going to intrude. She didn't fear or loathe them, she just wished they'd go away.
I like the term someone used to describe her in New York in those later years as the hermit about town. This was a woman who ran from the cameras and hid from photographers and put Kleenexes in front of her face to destroy any snapshots anybody wanted to take. But she was out there every day on those sidewalks, and she was walking up and down, and not just a couple of blocks.
A large part of the public's fascination with Garbo is that she suddenly denied us Garbo. So there was the fascination with how is she aging? Is she still beautiful? There must be something very difficult for a great beauty to age. Something rather humiliating about it. There's this sort of rage in the public to see the great brought down to their level.
The last professional footage of Garbo. Tests filmed in 1949 for a picture that was never made and which remained unseen until her death in 1990.
The way you see her in those tests is very much the way she was in life. They're very casual. They really did bring her back to life for me because they were so natural and so much really just her personality.
what a waste of talent. That's all I could say. This brilliance, the beauty, everything, it's all there. And unique. I mean, there was nobody else like her. And to see those tests and realize she still could have worked very successfully. She looked great.
It was absolutely wonderful, but they stuck a knife in her back and refused to make the film anyway.
And she said, well, that was a very horrible experience, because I realized that I didn't matter anymore. They couldn't get enough money because it was Garbo. She would never think of coming back to the screen again.